What up, homies? It's your boy. What's my name? Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Everybody get a cup of tea, a nice cup of warm plant based milk, whatever you're doing. Grab a cup of peppermint tea and come have a seat. Let's chat. Some big news to talk about today. The old show is coming back right away. I can't express that enough, so please make sure you're subscribed to all my channels and watching, because when the old show starts up, it's going to be like old times. You know? We're going to have the coolest people on chatting and watching the show with us. Leaving comments that matter, you know? The show is about finding out what's really going on in the world of sports today. Just for this first part, I read an article this morning. They put Venus and Serena Williams in the back, like we back in the civil rights era. And this is in brackets. Somebody is saying this. Tennis fans outraged by Americans' placement in Wimbledon poster. So Wimbledon, I don't really want to dabble. Let's look up which country holds Wimbledon, and then we'll go from there. Where is Wimbledon held? It says here, Wimbledon Championships. It has been held at the All England Club in Wimbledon, London, since 1877. Now that year is very important. That's the first year of a reset. Okay, so that's the last reset. That's why that we only have information that goes back, and sports and all the businesses that ever existed only go back to that point. So Wimbledon. What do we know about England? Do they have? Did you know? Let's research some of the royals that have been kind of openly outspoken about African American people. And I hope I'm using the right term, because I love, my wife is African. My wife is African. Okay, she's from Jamaica, but she's clearly African. Offended by British royals. Let's see what pops up here, because there was something that happened, and yes, here it is. September 8th, 2022. How the British family has turned a blind eye to its racist past. So here's a story by Insider.com. Tatchell says that the monarchy is an example of institutional racism because there has never been a non-white head of state. Period. There has never been someone who is head of state that is any other color than white. But yet, I bet you, should we see how many people, how do you type that? How many people aren't white that live in England? How many people aren't white that live in England? 4% are African, 9% are Asian. Across England and Wales, 82% of people identified with a white ethnic group. So this tells you that they are largely and mostly 80+% white people. So now let's look at Serena Williams, Venus Williams, put in the back at Wimbledon for the poster. Let's see. 10 years after nasty beef. Here we go. This is the story. Essentially sports. No, I do believe nobody has ever come close to touching Serena and Venus Williams' stats, and that is just that blows me away. That British people, this is, and if you think this doesn't exist, they take all the history and they bind it to themselves. Anything that someone else did, they'll try and snuff it and steal it. Just the same way Cannoli tried to stuff and steal from me, he couldn't because he's not smart enough, right? Like I came up with the cold room. Go check my stream 6 years ago. Cannoli had no clue about that. There's way more stuff I came up with too. The tiered bags and the separation of the bags, that was my idea with Dusty and Freddie back in the day. Again, on a live stream. Like, again, it's just sad. You know, I had Pigeons 420, Cannoli. I have had every single person. Jack K 420. That's over 500,000 subscribers right there. Come on. You guys, I'm the legend here of what's my name. These chicks are the legend of tennis. They put Venus and Serena Williams in the back like we were back in the civil rights era. Tennis fans outraged by Americans' placement in the Wimbledon poster. Tennis fans were left infuriated by the placement of Venus Williams and Serena Williams, and that of women's players in general. On a new promotional poster released by Wimbledon ahead of the 136th edition of the Grand Slam, with the grass court major just around the corner, Wimbledon revealed a poster heralding the arrival of a new generation of rivalries at SW19. The promo displayed Carlos Alcaraz, Jannik Sinner at the forefront as the awaited rivalry in men's tennis. Meanwhile, Iga Swiatek and defending champion Elena, I don't know your name, Rybakina, and I'm not giving these people too much time of day if they're in the front of the poster. I could give a flying. Venus and Serena are legends. I don't care about anybody else in tennis, and I never will. They're, you know, it's kind of pathetic to see Wimbledon. I'll tell you another story too. Wimbledon goes back a long time before this with problems. Let's look at Arthur Ashe Stadium. There's some Arthur Ashe Stadium and the trials and tribulations that man went through during tennis championships. 25 years after Arthur Ashe Stadium, Rafael Nadal completes career. Okay. Why is it significant Arthur Ashe Stadium? Arthur Ashe Stadium is a tennis arena at Flushing Meadows, Corona. Arthur Ashe, tennis player. So, Arthur Robert Ashe Jr. was an American professional tennis player who won 3 Grand Slam singles titles, that's amazing. Amazing. He started to play tennis at 6 years old. Let me show you a quick pic of Arthur Ashe. He's a boss. There you are, bro. Arthur Ashe. And that's him giving her. We're doing a little dance party. We're celebrating Arthur Ashe, Venus and Serena Williams today. There's the man right there. Let me take the colors off so you can see. If I can figure out, no filter. There you go. There's Arthur Ashe. There's the man himself. Winning the solos, winning them singles matches. Arthur Ashe. So now back to this. Wimbledon accused of racism. Wimbledon 2015. Fraser's racist attack on Kyrgios. Australian Olympic legend Fraser has provoked outrage and allegations of racism after she told tennis star Nick Kyrgios to go something. I'm obviously not going to read it. Wimbledon 2019. Heather Watson says racist abuse she receives has. British tennis player Heather Watson has said that receiving racist abuse has become normal after an online troll was last week. Man, people are just evil. Banning Russian players from Wimbledon is a new kind of racism. I don't know about that, but if Wimbledon is quite outspoken about things, eh? They just sit back in their castle and do nothing while everybody else fights the wars. I thought the Prince of Wales there, which I don't call him the Prince of Wales, but I thought that guy was some kind of like military helicopter general. How come that guy hasn't seen a day of battle? You know, all around him in Europe, there's wars being waged. That guy is such a tough guy and he's such a general. Why isn't he going to help?